Hey everybody, this is Dan with Jameson's Joy here. Um, Wanted to take a few minutes just to talk about a couple things that we're going to hopefully get people to get on board with this year with Jameson's Joy. Want to say Happy New Year to everybody. That is hard to say because happiness in our world is something different these days. And we know that a lot of people are hurting. A lot of people are fighting illness or loss of a loved one or job loss or financial strain. Just a ton of things that are hurting so many people. So, Happy New Year means something different to a lot of different people. We do hope that with the new year, whatever you're going through, that you're able to get a little bit of the excitement of a new year and a fresh start and a new attitude to help fight whatever you're going through. The reason why I'm showing you this shelf around the new year, though, is because our Facebook memory just the other day popped up. It was right about a year ago that we finally, after a year and a half, decided it was time to go through Jameson's bedroom. It was something that you can't even begin to imagine how awful that is, going through your child's things and finding everything from birth through the time that they pass away. Um, Little knickknacks, games that we've bought them, clothing, the stupidest little things. His underwear set me off. Um, Again, it's just something with grief that the triggers that we have every single day, and they're the dumbest things sometimes, like a pair of underwear. But the memories and the images of this little boy running around the house in his underwear, things like that trigger painful, painful memories. So we did that last year, right about this time, and we made it through. After a few days, we made it through all his stuff and sorted it. We put most of it in a box, and that's hard. It's hard to put your kid in a box and stick them in a closet and just know that they're going to sit there forever. But we did decide that we wanted to do this little memorial shelf out in our living area so that we can always keep Jameson with us. And I wanted to share this with you because a lot of you made comments last year when we started it, and it's pretty special to us. And then I want to encourage you at the end with one of our many, many, many things that we're going to try to encourage you to do again this year through Jameson's Joy. So we have obviously a picture of Jameson. There's the little baggie there. We were able to get a few locks of his hair from the funeral home. We have his urn with his remains so that he's always with us. We struggled with that. Do you bury your kid or do you cremate? And is it biblical and all that? And I I felt very strongly I wanted Jameson here with us. At least he's here in the house. And so we can always talk with him and be with him. We have a little LED candle with an angel on it that somebody gifted to us. I've talked about this before. We have a sculpture that some random lady in town reached out to me pretty quickly after Jameson passed and just said, "Hey, I'm a beginning sculptor. I'd love to make you one." And so we sent her a few pictures. And about 3 or 4 months after that, she delivered this. This is a sculpture based on the photos that Erica took at Davidson River when we first moved here. She wanted to get really nice photos at the river, and she did. And one of them was Jameson just sitting at the edge of the stream playing, and that's his position right there. Above the shelf, we have his baptism photo from Hope Community Church that they sent to us, and we have the weaving that Jameson's class had been working on when he passed away. And at some point shortly after that, one of his friends asked Mrs. Frady, their art teacher, "Hey, who's going to finish Jameson's weaving?" And they decided that they would all do one strand of it. And so all his classmates and all his teachers each did one strand, and they presented that to us, which is just wonderfully, wonderfully special. And then on the shelves below, we have the memory book that Miss Norris and the staff put together for Jameson. We have a book that he wrote in class, How to Climb a Tree. We have his baseball hat, which is to me one of the most special things with the baseball season he had. Underneath that, we have his Bible. We have his baseball from the Holly Springs Salamanders. They hosted the All-Star game, and Reese and Jameson and I went to the home run derby and stood in the parking lot shagging balls, and we each got a ball. That was cool. We have a koozie that he made in one of his kindergarten, first grade classes as a present. We have his Fuquay baseball championship trophy from that last summer in Raleigh. We have, this is the card that I've talked about before if you followed us. Jameson loved Duke. I brainwashed him well. He sent a letter through class, I think it was, to the Duke basketball team. And it took a couple months, but they wrote back. And if you followed us, you heard me talk about it. This arrived 2 days after, 1 or 2 days after he passed away. So he never even saw it, but they wrote back and sent him a team picture, and we buried him in that, or had that cremated with him. But I had to keep the card because he would have been so pumped to receive that card from Duke basketball. And he never saw it because it was 2 days late. We have one of his art pieces that he went to the local art place in Fuquay and painted with his mama. And we have the Rubik's Cube, the 5x5. That was one of his main Christmas presents that he wanted that last Christmas that we had him, and we got it for him. And that's one of those things that sat on his dresser unsolved for the year and a half. And when we went through his stuff, I decided that it had to be finished for him. So I watched the YouTube videos and I was able to solve that for him so that his job is done. And then we have on the bottom just a bunch of books. We have a little Valentine's card that he made for Erica and me. And then he has a box of crayons. I think if I remember right, it's a 64 pack. That's out here, and that's the main point of this video. That and the Rubik's Cube and the Duke card are the main point of this video. Somebody left a comment last year that they loved the fact that the things on our shelf were simple, normal, everyday things. And that is one of the many things I want to encourage everyone who follows Jameson Joy to think about this year. Being a parent, our Say Yes movement, doesn't need to involve anything fancy. It involves spending time with your kid. Read a book. Do a puzzle. Do a Rubik's Cube. Color. Jameson's top 2 or 3 items on his Christmas list that year were the Rubik's Cube and the box of crayons. I mean, who gets super pumped about a box of crayons? Jameson did. And we loved to just sit down and do art and color pictures. We loved to sit down and learn how to solve Rubik's Cubes together. And the key thing with all of it, again, was the time investment. So my hope and my challenge for all of our Jameson Joy followers who are parents is to spend this first week or 2 of January to sit down with your kid and start making resolutions that you're really going to keep between you and your kid. Find out for each kid individually, what are some things that they want to do with you as their parent? What are some things that would be super special and create those memories that they're going to last a lifetime having? It doesn't have to be big and expensive. It needs to be something that involves time together with your kids, putting everything else in life aside and saying yes to your child while you can. We would love to hear what you come up with. If you accept this challenge, which we hope you do, guys, it's too important. Look at this shelf. If that doesn't remind you how important it is to be with your kids now, nothing will. But take that time in the next week or two, set some real resolutions that you're going to keep, and let your kids come up with most of the list. What are things that they want to do with their mama? What are things that they want to do with their dada? What are things that they want to do together as a whole family? Step parents, grandparents, foster parents, uncles, aunts, whoever it is, those male role models, female role models in your kids' lives. Sit down and make that list with your kids. And we hope that you'll come back in the comments on our Facebook page or shoot us an email, make a video yourself. It encourages us so much when we hear that what we're doing actually is making a difference. If we don't have that, all we have is a shelf with our lost boy. So we'd love to hear from you with what you come up with. We hope you'll take it seriously and invest in your children while you can, and start building that legacy for the next generation, because those kids are craving your attention. They want probably nothing more than to know that their parents, their grandparents, their aunts, their uncles, their older brothers, sisters, whoever it is, that they are loved, they are heard, they are seen, they're cared about, and that goes such a long way. So we hope that you'll accept this challenge, and we hope that you'll share the results. And again, as always, if you're struggling with anything in any way, we're here for you. At the very least, we can listen. And if we have some way that we can help you beyond listening, we will gladly try to do that for you. But at the very least, we can listen to you and let you share whatever your pains are or whatever it is you need help with. That's what we want to do with Jameson's legacy. If we can't have him here, we want his name to be known for making a difference. So we hope you'll join us. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your support. And we hope everybody take care. And again, have a happy new year, whatever that means to you at your stage in life.